Welcome back, everyone, to Milk Bucket episode 32.
Hey,
we're here with
boys.
Baz. We're here with Aaron.
Hell yeah.
And a little bit of juice going on. We'll see what happens.
A little bit of juice.
Aaron's got a call from a girl. And because we love you guys so much, we thought we'd include you on in with the story.
Right.
So me and Baz are going to keep a little bit quiet, not say anything.
Wait, we're not saying anything?
We're not saying anything, dickhead.
I'll say you're on speaker, and then if she's
Okay,
Okay,
if it's appropriate,
yeah.
all right, hit that.
So I don't know where this is going. She's extremely drunk, but let's see how this goes.
She might want the A.
Say her number on the stream. Yeah, so that was a pretty good call, actually.
Pretty good call. That was
What-
extremely uneventful.
So whether it was included or not, we'll give you the quick recap. Essentially, she had no fucking. You know when you call a girl, you have an agenda. Like it's you haven't thought about it, but you thought like, what's some funny things
yeah,
you can
for
bring up.
sure. Yeah, you need some conversation starters.
This is the
You
thing with
actually-
chicks. Well, this is the thing with chicks. I don't think they plan anything. They just
wing it.
Yeah, they just wing it, and that's
Yeah.
why it's always fucking shit. That's why
Yeah.
whenever a girl plans a date, it fucking
I
sucks.
mean, you could tell she had no idea what she was talking about then.
Bro, they're legit. And then when you go on a date that your girlfriend plans and it sucks as you expect it to suck 'cause she hasn't fucking planned it, then she'll cry because it didn't work out well.
Yeah, I should.
So
I should. Get
I
the
don't know, bro. I don't. I think it depends on the person.
it definitely does.
You know what I mean?
Definitely does depend on the person. For
Because
me,
I also wing it like a motherfucker. And I've had some crackers in the past.
well, when you've had enough experience, you can fully wing it. The thing is,
For
the girls are
sure.
winging it without the experience.
Yeah, yeah,
Well, also, here's a question for the fucking potty.
yeah.
Whose responsibility is it to make sure the date is fun? Is it the guy's responsibility? Is it mutual? What do you guys think?
I think it's both, bro.
It definitely is both, but I feel
I
as
would
a guy,
like it to be both,
yes,
but I don't
yes.
think it is.
Well,
I think
it depends on the girl, bro. If you've got a boring girl, she's going to be boring in every circumstance.
that's very true. And,
You know what I mean?
But it's not exactly the same. I mean, I guess in every circumstance you can have a good time with a girl.
Yeah,
but
of course.
On average, I think it's the guy's responsibility to have a plan of what is going to be fun and how you're going to make it fun.
No, it depends who plans the date. If you're planning
It's
the
usually
date,
the guy
probably.
though that plans the
I
first
think,
date.
I think either way, the guy has to plan something.
No, if she's planning it, bro, go along with the ride. Enjoy yourself.
Yeah, but what if it's shit?
you got
You're
spy, the guy's
just
job
going to
to
let the date
spice
be
it up.
shit?
Because the reality is, a date shouldn't matter what you're doing.
It
At the end of the
definitely
day,
does.
no,
It definitely
no.
does.
If you're a little fucking bitch, it does. The reality is, if you've got confidence in yourself and you feel comfortable with someone, you could be able to go for a walk and not spend a cent, or go to a fucking 3-course meal and you'll have an equally good date because the banter and shit is what brings it through. It's like if you go to a club, the music isn't what actually makes the club night the funnest.
It's the vibe.
It's the vibe. It's the talking to the girls.
Yeah.
It's hanging with your mates, getting drunk.
And I agree that a walk can be good, but not any walk. Walking around Aaron's house, no offense, but he lives in the middle of nowhere. Walking around is never going to be fun. It's
Yeah,
never going
it's
to be
the
a fun time
suburbs.
with a
But
girl.
to be fair, you are
Like-
pro, not Israel. So that's why you wouldn't like walking around.
No,
us.
it's not that at all.
Dude, just quit telling people where I live.
And there's no reason. You can just say pro-Palestine. You don't have to double negative it. Anyway.
No, Palestine's bad for the algorithm, bro. Google is. It turns out Google isn't pro-Palestine.
Yeah, but either way, what I'm trying to get to is that I think that it's the guy's responsibility to find things that are fun that you can tack it onto.
I agree.
It's like
You're
think
thinking
about how
so in
difficult-
first date terms, bro.
Yeah, isn't that what
yeah,
we're
we're
talking
thinking
about?
first few dates.
Well, you're talking about dates. You just said a
Oh,
date.
see, I was thinking in the context of first dates.
Yeah, because if you've been in a relationship for a couple of years, you're at the level where you make anything fun.
Yeah, but it's like you want to be able to make anything fun.
But
I think
it's-
the idea is if you go in with the Moe mentality of you have to take her to fucking Meriton every time, you're building up an expectation
And
where
I've
it
never
can only
I've
be
never
fun.
agreed with that. I never.
Yeah,
think
that's
that
what I mean. Like,
if
you should
anything-
be the fun, and everything else is like background music to the fucking night. You know what I mean?
Well, here's an interesting take. I think that when it comes to, if you have a graph here, and bear with me, so if you have on one side, you have how much fun the graph is, and on the other axis, it's how much you spend. I think it's a hyperbola. So 0 is going to be, actually, because you're going to have a baseline of fun and not spend a single dollar. But I think that it goes up and then it goes back down.
It's
Yeah.
still a hyperbola that doesn't start at 0. It's got a y-intercept. So it
Exactly.
can start at
Yeah.
a certain
Yeah.
amount of fun. And that depends on... Jesus. Bro, I thought... Who was the guy from Fast and Furious who died?
Oh, Paul Walker.
I thought he was dead. What was that?
Thought he was dead.
Anyway, yeah, I don't know. I think like depending on the... Because there are a lot of dull girls out there.
Yeah.
There are also a lot of girls who go out for dates as something to do. You know what I mean?
I've actually talked to a girl who said that she went out on dates for free dinners.
Of course.
Oh, I hate that.
Bro, it's kind of like
triggers me.
painful as
That's
well.
why that's why dinners is a bad first date.
Yeah.
Because
I think it's terrible. It's the worst thing you could ever
Because
do.
if you do it like the third date or something like that, you've like created some rapport. You probably either fucked or like broken touch zones at some point, which means like you can have it as an intimate thing. And most girls aren't going to suffer through 2 shitty dates before she goes to the third.
Yeah.
Like the whole idea is a shit date should still be able to be fun.
Yeah.
And it's about making that. You know what I mean?
And the thing is, I think that there's no issue in if it's a shit date, then you can laugh about it. The last thing you want to do is feel awkward about it being shit.
I think that's the biggest. I actually had a thing to bring up today, which was what are the 3 traits you want to see? I originally just thought of in people, but I think maybe let's say partners.
Yeah.
Right. But
me and Aaron were talking about this today.
But I thought about this, right?
Yeah.
When you just said this, one of the things is, are they someone who, when it's bad, they can see the good and they can laugh at the scenario? Because, you know, like we've all had scenarios where we've gone to like hit on a girl or do something and we've failed miserably.
Yeah.
And we're all confident enough people that we can
about it and do it
laugh.
again.
It becomes a story you tell people.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it was such a funny fucking time.
Exactly.
The time when, you know, you walk up to a girl and you got so nervous you shit your pants. You know what I mean? I'm sure that happened to everyone. But like when you have a girl and something goes bad and they focus on the bad and they can't see the good. That's like the biggest red flag you should ever see, because nothing will, unless everything's perfect, it'll never be good.
I've had many times like that now that I think about it.
And like,
here's my theory why. Especially girls that, firstly, I think on average, and this is just me pulling it out of my ass, I think on average, girls tend to do sports less growing up, which is a whole problem on itself. But because of that, you don't get taught how to win and not be how to lose and not be a sore loser.
Interesting theory.
Sometimes things go wrong and it's completely okay. And it's about being a good sport about it. Yeah. And it's not about you winning or things be going right. It's about you enjoying it.
See, maybe my perspective is a bit different because I've played sports up into my 20s. Yeah. Like not just a kid. And there were plenty of cunts who are still like that, who've obviously played all throughout their years.
Like hyper, like everything has to be perfect.
And if they don't win, they're like I had a guy who was talking mad shit in basketball and I like hit a 3 in he essentially ran up to me when I was shooting a 3. He sticks his hands out, doesn't even like go to contest my shot and just sticks his fucking face in my face. I nail the 3. Then I do this fucking celebration that Carmelo Anthony does where he gets his 3 fingers and fucking points it to his temple right in front of this guy's face. Then
Why though?
Because he was talking shit all the game.
Yeah.
Like this is probably late second half, or first half, sorry. And he's been talking shit the entire time. So it was just like, fuck you, guy. You know what I mean? Also, I like talking shit. When I was in my fucking teens, my teammates would always be like, James, don't get in a fight this game.
I was one of his teammates and I can confirm that.
I would always like be bad aggressive.
The issue is that Jamo started this story as if it was his fault. But at this stage, it sort of was like, like he was a bit of a dickhead. Sure, I fucked his girl, fucked his mum, and then hit his dad.
No. It was a taste of his own medicine. But the funny thing was, he then runs back immediately, tries to shoot a shot. I managed to block the shot. Or like he's going up for it. I slap it so he can't get it. And then he just goes silent. I go on to have like a really fucking good game. I was really happy with myself. And at the end, the thing is, the whole idea is you're meant to be able to let go of whatever happens on the court. It is what it is. You go up, you shake everyone's hand, you show sportsmanship. Because at the end of the day, if they won, fucking maybe it was the ref, maybe whatever, but who cares?
Yeah.
It's just fucking a game. Like that doesn't change life. And I shook hands with everyone. They're all fucking like nice blokes. And this guy shook hands with all the other teams, but then refused to shake hands with me and just walked off.
Really?
Yeah.
Salty.
And it's just like, there are cunts like that to this day. And I think it's like how a girl's raised kind of depends that. Like if she's kind of the prissy princess type, she's going to expect everything to be perfect and anything less is just not acceptable. And like some of those girls are hot because daddy can pay for fucking new teeth and big boobs. But the reality is they might not be the girls that you're going to have a fucking fun time
Here's
with.
another thing. I'm a big fan of while you're in the sport, talk all the shit you can. And then if you win, just don't be a sore winner.
Yes.
You leave the hatred in the ring, so to speak.
Exactly. Talk your trash while you're playing. And then if you win, remember, you're just playing a game.
There's a massive fight. Yeah. One of the greatest heavyweight fights probably of all time a couple weeks back.
The Conor McGregor style, I call it.
Yeah.
Talk shit before, talk shit during, and then if you win, shake his hand.
Humble in winning and defeat or whatever.
He wasn't exactly humble when he lost to Poirier.
But that's because he thought it was bullshit
these days. Yeah.
No, it's because he's fucking a multi-millionaire drug addict. You know
really?
What I mean? Connor's fallen off, yeah. But
Well,
back in the day, he was always like, he'd dap people up.
Well, the thing is, if you're really, really happy when you won, it just shows that you don't win very much.
No.
That's what it shows me. If you're so happy that
You've been
finally
watching
won,
too much Suits. That's not true.
I don't think it's true in sports.
Why?
In like real life situations, maybe, because every game is different. It's not, you're not doing the same thing over and over again, getting the same achievement. It's not like oh, you're trading stonks and you're getting fucking 1% every day. It feels great.
Sure, but
It's
the same
thing.
feeling gets less good as it happens more.
I
it's
don't
like-
think so with
I
sports.
think you just haven't played sports since you're 8
No,
years
but
old.
like my job is competitive, and the successes feel less good every time.
But
Yeah,
you
but you're
get-
doing the same thing.
It's not the same
over
thing
and
because
over.
it's different. There's so many differences. It's as much difference as it is basketball.
No, I mean, not really.
Anyway, we don't need to get. We don't need to. I feel like we do this a lot in the podcast where we discuss the side points and not the main points. Like we'll be talking about whether gym is good, and then we'll get stuck up about what type of pre-workout we have, and then we'll argue about the pre-workout for a while, and we won't even talk about the gym.
That's how we are.
That's how it is,
Bro,
you don't know how
walk
it
through a
changes.
fucking forest with dementia. But
Yeah.
no, so there was a fight with Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder.
Yeah.
And it was the third fight. The first fight, it was a tie. Deontay Wilder looked like he knocked him out in the fucking 12th round on like the 6-second count. So when you get when you're in a boxing match, if you get knocked down, you got 10 seconds to come up.
Yeah.
Actually, not 10 seconds, it's 10 count. So the ref counts it out. It's not
Yeah.
like millisecond precise. And he gets up. Like when it was down for 6 seconds, his eyes just open. Like a fucking White
Jeez,
Walker.
Yeah,
And he rises
yeah.
up and then he wins the rest of the round. The way boxing works is if you knock someone down, you pretty much win the round guaranteed.
Yep.
If you did it in the first second and he won the remaining fucking 2 minutes 50, you'll still win the round.
Yep.
But like he was doing the best thing. He can't, so it gets called a draw, but everyone thought this is the most bullshit thing of all time. And also bit of context. Tyson Fury 6'9", very technical. Deontay Wilder 6'7", and the hardest knockout artist we've ever seen. Like 45 fights, 42 knockouts.
Jeez.
Something like that.
How many
So-
times has he lost?
Twice.
Oh,
40. So he's 45-2.
Something like that, yeah.
That's
cooked.
It's
He had
how-
one draw though, so maybe.
How is there in boxing so many people with crazy streaks?
Because boxing is one of those games where
Or is it one of those things where you only hear about people when they have a crazy streak?
no, it's boxing because there's multiple organizations within the sport of boxing. So like the heavyweight belt, there isn't one belt. There's 4. There's like WBO, WBC, a bunch of other ones, right? So there's
Okay,
4 of
yeah,
them,
yeah.
and the whole idea is they're not. So like the NBA have to play. The Lakers have to play Golden State whenever the NBA decides the schedule is.
But the
Whereas
boxers
with
choose their
boxing,
fights.
yeah, they've got their own promoters. So it's like promoter versus promoter. So imagine if like so think about it this way. In soccer, you've got the EPL, English Premier League, right?
Yeah.
And then you've got La Liga, which is, I think, the Spanish one? Yeah, La Liga, yeah. I think so. Anyway, don't kill me if it's not. Anyway, I think League One is the French one. So I think it's the Spanish one.
Sure.
A team from imagine a team from La Liga and a team from the EPL going up against each other in like a one-on-one. So it wasn't part of some set thing like the Champions League. These two have to decide what's going on. Like the two managers for the two organizations.
Okay.
So essentially, a lot of times if you've got a boxer, you're like, I don't want him fighting fucking a good guy right now. I want him to fight 3 bums to pad his stats,
do
build
bums
up his
want-
notoriety.
Well, why are bums willing to take losses on like an official loss when
Because
it's so clearly valuable to be winning a lot?
boxers.
Like
boxing
surely you
is-
only fight if you know you can win.
No, boxing is not first of all, every fighter thinks they can, but also boxing is not a sport for elite athletes. If you
Wait,
look
what
at the
do you
most
mean?
elite athletes in the world, they're in the NFL, they're in the NBA, maybe EPL, but probably
Wait, so
not.
you're saying that boxers aren't that good at boxing?
No,
In the
it's-
same way
no.
that NBA players are extraordinarily good
No,
at
no, no,
basketball.
no. It's not that they're not good. It's that if you could choose between playing in the NBA, making 60 mil a year, or getting punched in the head and having to like think about it, an NBA contract, a rookie contract starts at $1 million.
Yeah.
If you could choose, if you're 6'7" and you could choose between starting in the NBA and maybe you end up making fucking millions upon millions, or going through the slaughterhouse of fucking having to make 40,000 a fight in boxing,
Is it
get
is
your
it up to
brains
choice, though?
rearranged.
Are people sitting there like, which sport am I going to get to the top league at? Or do they just do what they're good at?
No.
And
because
then, like
you
some
gotta think
people,
about
you
the whole
can't
idea
pick
is-
whether you're good at basketball or boxing.
No, but
You are good
can
at- you're
because
good
it's how you start it, right?
And also, I don't think you know you're good until you're extraordinarily good.
No, that's not true.
Yeah,
they see high school kids. There would be 14, 12-year-old basketball players who would wash us,
Oh
That's
yeah,
so
yeah,
embarrassing.
but that's because
Like,
we're not that good.
destroy us.
Yeah, which I have no
Tennis.
problems with.
I used to play tennis. I was always pretty good, but I never practiced. And I would go against these fucking kids who were like 11 when I was like 17 at the time.
You're just extraordinary.
And they were like, they might have not even be phenoms, but they were just so young and their serves were perfect and they fucking like, and I was very good for someone who didn't play, like, who didn't train. You know what I mean? I was like a game day player. I enjoyed the game, but I didn't like fucking the training part of it.
Yeah.
And I never really did that. And these kids were just fucking astonishing to watch. And they probably weren't even that good.
Yeah.
There
yeah,
are
I see
just
what you mean.
people like you look at fucking what's the golf guy?
Tiger
Tiger
Woods.
Tiger Woods. He was beaten into it by his father from like young age.
Yeah.
He started like 2.
Which I think most athletes are that.
To
I don't
some
know
extent.
how many
I've heard it's
athletes-
common in golf.
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah,
in
yeah.
skill, like basketball is definitely a skill-based sport, but there's a lot of physical attributes that can get you into the league. Like if you're 6'10",
But do
You've
you
got a
think
good
people are
chance.
sitting there saying which is the? Here's the reason why I think people aren't questioning which sport they want to get into before they get into it.
Yeah.
Because I don't even think people for a second are even convinced from the age of 15 that they'll ever get into the NBA. Unless you're a Kobe Bryant and it's your one goal in life and you're willing to work so hard, harder than everyone else. I think the odds of becoming into that major league are just so astonishingly low.
you underestimate the
That only
the
only
ignorance
until
people have.
Yeah.
yeah, but
I agree.
only until you're like 13 or 14 years old and you realize, holy fuck, I'm really good at this. I could make this happen.
No, because the thing is, you're
At
still
that stage is too late to change to boxing.
no, but
change
that's
to
what,
basketball.
no, it's not because Deontay Wilder started at like 22.
How tall is he?
He's 6'7".
Exactly.
But that's my point.
How many guys are 6'7" who are going to pick which sport they're going to? And
He could have
at
chosen basketball.
But
though.
that's
could
my
not
point.
At 22 years old, is there any chance
No,
he's going
but
to
he
get
was
into
a
the
football
NBA at
player.
22 years old?
He was a
starting?
football player.
And exactly, he probably couldn't get into football. So that's why he changed to.
No. He had a kid with a disability
Wait,
My
why would
point
that
is
mean, no, he's not gonna
because
do
he needed
football?
money quick.
And
He
picked
couldn't.
boxing?
He couldn't go through the
What are
idea.
you saying that boxing is bad money?
No, it's not good money long term, but it's quick money. Because if you can knock people out, you can think about it this way: if you're earning 120K a year,
Well, then that's
to
another
the
trade-off.
average person, that's a good salary.
Yeah, but that's your answer right there.
No,
They're doing it for quick money.
Bro, that's my point. Boxers are people who don't. The reason why you don't see elite athletes for the most part, aside from people like Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson was in and out of juvie all throughout his youth before he got to boxing.
Yeah.
He found boxing in juvie.
Well,
And
then
he
how are
was-
you going to tell them just to do basketball?
No, but that's my point.
Like
If
people, what I'm
people
trying to
can
get to is that
choose-
people are good at what they're good at. You can't just be like, I would just pick
Baz,
something else.
you see if someone's gonna be a weird specimen, young.
But I don't think they're good at everything. I think you have Michael Jordans who just pick up a baseball bat and then make it into MLB because they're so determined to learn anything.
You
But I
don't
don't-
know
I-
the story about Michael Jordan. He
Sure,
wasn't
I
good.
don't. I definitely don't.
He
but-
did it because he's got a brand name.
Yeah. Well, all I'm trying to say is that I don't think that it's up to them to pick whether they want to do boxing or punching. Sorry, boxing or fucking MMA or
No, but
they
it's
just do what
different
you're good
because
at.
the reality is in the heavyweight division there isn't skill like there is in the lower. If you look at Mayweather, he's probably the most skilled boxer we've ever seen. That doesn't mean he'd beat the heavyweights because when you weigh 120 kilos, your shot enough is going to knock out most people. So it's not the same skill deficit.
Sure, but he can't do basketball.
No, but that's my point, bro.
You can't just say it's
boxing
not a
is
good
a
sport
sport
to
that
play.
people go in when they don't have another option. Because here's the thing: Joe Rogan said
How?
this once.
Deontay could
Just
have done
listen,
basketball.
just
I said
listen,
football.
yeah, you don't know. The chance he's making the NFL, who knows? Because it's
That's
so
why
elite.
they don't do it.
No,
That's what I'm trying to say. It's
Baz.
not because
Baz,
Yeah,
just
go on.
listen, because you're talking out of your depth here. You don't watch any sport.
yeah, but I'm just not convinced that what you're saying is true.
No, but it is objectively true. Because think about how many kids.
It's just a lot harder
Think
to
about
make
how
it
many
in a
kids
traditional
like
sport.
boxing, right?
Yeah.
People like the idea of beating someone up, especially younger
Yeah.
kids. When you're in your like teens, you're always like, yo. So like when someone walk up, I'd fucking punch him, then I'd kick him. Basil's doing this with elephants and wildlife in Africa. You know what I mean?
It's easy, right?
But the thing is, Joe Rogan said this once, and it was such a profound point. People don't want to fight; they want to beat someone up.
Yeah.
Because the second you like, I've done a bit of boxing over the years, not heaps.
Yeah.
The second you start sparring, you quickly see if someone likes getting punched in the face. And there are some people who, when they get punched in the face, they smile. And there are some people when they get punched in the face, they don't like it. I was on the ladder. When I got because the first time I got cracked, I did not like it.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Some people, when they
Sounds
get
awful.
cracked, they're the different kind of breed. They don't have the intelligence where they're like, oh, because you think a lot of fucking businessmen start doing boxing because they think like, oh, it's a fun little training thing to do.
Yeah.
You know, like kickboxing or whatever, like classes.
Yeah, like it looks badass.
Yeah. But the reality is they don't want to go in there and get their ass kicked every day. But some people are willing to do that. And that's why
Yeah.
boxing is a sport that doesn't attract the elite athletes. If you had a LeBron James who's 6'8", weighs 120 kilos, extreme fucking power. He's got a 40-inch vertical at 6'8". It's like fucking unheard of at this size,
Jeez.
right? The amount of power he could
What's
generate.
40 inches in centimeters? Like a meter?
Sure, 2.5 times 40.
So we can just jump a meter straight.
Probably, yeah.
That's insane.
Wow.
And
Jeez,
at 120
Christ.
kilos.
Yeah, well, it's just because he's extraordinarily tall, hey?
No, but
And
like
muscly.
Michael Jordan was
Yeah.
6'6" and nowhere near that weight. You know
Jeez.
what I mean?
Is
But that's
Michael- is LeBron James 120?
Yeah, 260.
Fucked.
That's insane.
That is
But that's my
fucked.
point. Like he's a fucking animal. And if he started MMA at a young age, right, because he's like, oh, this is the one I want to do, he'd probably be the greatest of all time, because who's going to be able to take out such a behemoth? Maybe someone, but the reality is boxing is not a sport that encourages people who like have other choices.
Yeah.
Boxing tends to be the sport for people who don't have other choices. That's why you find a lot of journeyman boxers who are 30 and who are like have 10 wins, 20 losses, 15 fucking draws or whatever, and they just keep going because they're like, I don't want to be a checkout chick.
Do you think that's why it doesn't pay much?
It's because boxing is all
Because
about
the people that are doing
boxing
it
is
will take anything?
WWE except real. In the same way that for WWE to sell pay-per-views, they need people to give a fuck. Anyway, let's get off boxing. We've been talking about it too long.
Yeah, awesome. Also, but I did want to talk about something kind of related, like especially with Michael Jordan and
Chris Brown?
No.
Female boxers? What?
Oh my God.
I wanted to talk about fucking perfectionism because I know James is a bit of a perfectionist. What are your thoughts on the idea that people can be so hung up about making things perfect that if they're not going to make it perfect, they won't even bother? So a lot of the times you get a lot of nothing because you don't want to do something imperfect.
That's interesting.
I don't know. I disagree with the statement.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What
Because
statement do you disagree with?
that I'm someone who's a perfectionist, because there are many things I do not do perfectly.
Please, you are a perfect
And I
person.
don't strive to do it
Yeah.
perfectly. I have certain things where I'm like, if you're going to do something, do it right. So for instance, with the podcast,
Which some could argue is perfectionism.
I mean, sure, but
Yeah.
that's a pretty low bar for perfectionism.
Yeah, true.
Like a lot of perfectionism, you can fucking whittle down to OCD. Like everything needs to be exact.
Yeah.
I'm more thinking that certain things, if you're going to do it, you should do it right to begin with.
Yep.
Like for instance, podcasts with cameras. I don't want to be fucking filming with phones and having 20-minute record caps and having to try and sync three people's phones with different phone quality quality. You know
I get what you're saying. But do you find that often leads to just nothing happening because you'd rather have nothing than an imperfect video or something like that?
Nah, not like. I'm sure for people it does happen.
Yeah.
My part of that doesn't come from there. I'm more someone who, when I'm gonna do something, I'll fully immerse myself into it.
Yeah.
So like, when I started getting into fighting, I watched hundreds of hours of shit because I wanted to know things. When I first got into basketball, I wanted to know every rule. I wanted to like understand history and know shit about it. When I first got into the gym, it's the same thing. Like even with the fucking podcasting, I watched heaps of fucking content to try and figure out, okay, how can you do this shit?
Yeah.
Yeah,
But that
you're
just
our
comes-
sound engineer.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
You're sounding more and more like a perfectionist as you're talking.
I know, but that's just a loose bar of what perfectionism is.
Yeah. I mean, have you guys met someone who's an extreme perfectionist before?
I haven't.
Really?
Like everyone,
not
like
really.
you have the people who are really perfectionist with assignments and homework and all that shit, and studying. But it's like never about every single aspect of life.
Absolutely. Yeah. Because my ex was definitely a massive perfectionist, and there's vivid moments where it's like, a lot of the times it literally felt like everything had to be planned perfectly or don't plan anything. It's like, oh, there's a happy medium where you like, because I'm the type of person where I like it to be at least 30 to 40% of me winging it. I like to set up the skeleton of a plan, and then we'll see what happens.
That's interesting.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Yeah.
That was me with pretty much every assignment.
Exactly. Yeah. Like I don't want to fully finish it because I want to leave some mystery. I want to leave some like if you're booking a plan to go around Fiji or Bali or something like that, I want to have these are the 3 things I'm gonna do.
Yep.
And then I've got 7 days to do it.
This actually proves how unperfectionist I am, because when it comes to planning trips, I'm so useless.
Oh, I know.
Planning is fucking shit.
I like other people saying, "Oh, we're doing this today." I'm like, "Yeah, sure, fuck."
That's
it.
the
I'll come
good
along
thing
for the
about-
ride.
Well, that's the good thing about going on holidays with chicks. They plan everything.
Okay, so I am the chick.
Or
I
Aaron.
went, yes.
you
So
a
we
planner?
all went to Thailand. Okay, the fact that you don't remember this
He
is
planned
very
everything. He found
disappointing.
every
Did you
hospital.
plan
I
everything?
fucking, dude, we would not have gone to Thailand if it was not
Yeah.
for me. We would not have
Actually-
booked flights. We would not have booked hostels. We would not have gotten the buses to the full moon party. Nothing would have happened.
Yeah.
Thank you very
Thank
much,
you.
Aaron.
Thank you.
There's a credit. You
But
should
what
have
I'm
always
saying
had.
is,
Aaron once again proving he is in fact female.
facts. I am a certified white girl. But what I'm trying to say is you sometimes need a plan, otherwise shit's not going to get done. Like imagine if we never went to Thailand.
Yeah.
We would have missed
Yeah.
out on so many experiences.
Well, I
and
mean, think about how many memories we have missed because we haven't
I
just been
know.
on the ball.
Like Aaron never coming
Oh,
to fucking
the
Newtown.
chick is calling
Trying to
again.
pick it up again.
Should I pick up the phone? Hey
Phone
Tess,
is-
what's happening?
I didn't get let in to where I was going, so where you at?
Where you going?
I'm at my mate's place.
Can I come?
What do you guys reckon?
Sure.
Yes.
Apparently, yeah, you're allowed in. Yeah, you're allowed to come.
I realized we got to bleep that, don't we?
All right, yep. All right, easy. See you soon.
Let's finish the pod real quick.
How do we bleep?
She can join the fucking
Yo,
pod.
that'd be banging having a chick on the pod.
Yeah, ask her if she wants to join the pod.
I mean, when she gets here, if we're still recording, then she can fucking jump on.
Yeah, so here's a concept I wanted to think about because there's a word for it, but I've forgotten the word. But essentially, there's a concept that everyone that you see and you walk past and you interact with has an equally crazy and unique complex life.
I think your level of like narcissism sounds strong, but like just when you think
it is
narcissism is just self-interest, right?
Yeah.
I think your level of narcissism determines how easy that is to accept because a lot of people walk around life thinking they're the protagonist and everyone else is there to fill in the story of their life.
But how crazy that everyone is their own.
Everyone,
protagonist.
exactly.
It's so interesting.
Well, I think the crazy bit is when you realize that everyone, like, what are the chances, especially in Australia? Sorry, I'll precursor this. In Australia, there's massive multiculturalism. So there's, it's not crazy for there to be 4 people in the elevator, and each one of their grandpas would have a 0% chance of ever meeting each other. Yet by some crazy odd, all of their grandkids have been in this elevator at that exact second. And when you think about how often that happens day to day, what are the chances that your grandparents met each other and you're just walking past each other right now? It's just absurd.
Do you know what's even trippier? You said once, I think we're both very buzzed.
Yeah.
But it was like one of those fucking drunk like realizations where you were like, how crazy is it that your great grandparents to me were living in Ireland, and my great grandparents were in Palestine, and fucking 300 years later, their fucking descendants happen to be best mates in a country fucking hundreds of kilometers away.
The country didn't even exist. Yeah. And somehow our grandkids will meet and just perfectly get along.
Like, it's one of those things.
What are the fucking odds?
Think about even in 1900, if you said that the place Australia, which had been only known as a place where a bunch of white convicts had gone and killed a bunch of indigenous, would be inhabited by fucking Desi people, Italians, Greeks, fucking
Asian,
everything. If you said that in 1900 before World War II, because most of the fucking Greeks and Italians and stuff came after World War II in the like immigration, right? Okay. If you said that to them, what are you fucking talking about? Why?
Yeah.
Why would there be enough of individual groups like Greeks and Italians that it would be recognizable? Because if you think about it, if you have one Czechoslovakian, you're not like there's a Czechoslovakian group. But then you go Cabramatta, and it's like, no, it's a Vietnamese suburb.
Yeah.
Because like for some reason there's mad Vietnamese. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where like Australia in particular, if you went back to just 1900, not even hundreds of years ago, and you told people that was going to happen, they'd be like, there's no fucking chance. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
What's the common link here?
Well, here's a crazy thought. How do accents ever exist? Why when you send people down to Australia from England, how do they develop a different accent?
Very good question.
Why? And in England, it's even crazier because it's just a 1 hour drive and they've got a completely different accent. Like, why, when they literally just go 1 hour north, they sound completely different?
To be fair, if we go 20 minutes west of the Sydney CBD, they sound completely different too.
And that was in modern days as well. Western Sydney is a new thing. It's not been around for centuries.
Exactly.
And yet there's another accent that will develop. Like, how do accents exist?
The English one is the more interesting one because they were all speaking a common language.
Yeah.
And that happened. Whereas like the people in the West, like the West is pretty much home to people who immigrated over the last 100 years.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly,
So like there's a lot of mix of accents. Like
Yeah.
you can speak to people who still have an authentic Italian accent because they're like an old nonno who came over like in the 40s.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But like it is interesting that just it might be like class barriers.
Do you guys ever think
He's calling again, guys? Jesus, who knows what's going to be in this podcast anymore because there's been so many fucking calls.
it's just cutting because there's potential that these chicks are going to come. There's a good chance, by the way, that these chicks are going to come and the podcast is just going to abruptly end.
I think that's very likely.
That's
I'm
a
taking
very
responsibility.
good chance.
I'm
The
so
thing
sorry.
is, there is a more fun.
You're sorry, are you?
There is a more fun response, which is we sit them down like a casting couch and say, "So how do you feel about anal?" And just see what happens tonight.
Look, we'll try and get them on the podcast, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't
That'd be
work.
so funny.
There's very good. There's very good potential.
I think
in
they
it
will.
could-
They're all very drunk, so it's likely.
That's the issue.
Yeah.
I've never been attracted to.
No,
to
but it's
girls
not
that are
about
very
being
drunk.
attracted. It's about getting honest, drunk answers on the
Yeah.
podcast.
I guess people do that like interview style. They just interview random like people. that are
Exactly
drunk.
when they're drunk. Yeah,
Like
and
that
they
long haired
blow
guy
up.
who's like, "Tell us something your mum doesn't know."
Yeah.
It's like, "I fucked 13 guys last night."
Did you guys see that one where it was a girl and her boyfriend, and it was during Black Lives Matter, like when that was fucking blowing up, and then there was a black guy and they were like, would you kiss that guy? For Black Lives Matter. And then she asked her boyfriend, who like hesitantly like is trying to say like you can do what you want, but he actually means no. And then she just does it anyway.
It's so funny
On
because
video.
girls have mastered that. Like, I mean, go if you want to have, go out with your friends if you want.
Yeah.
But guys are so unused to that fucking response that he's like, I mean, if you really want to.
Yeah, exactly.
And so she's like, all right, fine. And then 3 minutes later, it's like a blacked.com video.
maybe that's
And
what
he's just sitting on the side.
what is this podcast?
Do you know what's funny?
This is the most mess of a podcast we've ever had.
I found the one use for longboarding,
Which is?
surfing.
What is it?
Oh, yes.
It's, so, you know, like, for people who don't know, shortboarding, you want waves that are tall and will crash so you can do moves and shit like that. But longboarding, you want waves that are powerful, right?
Yep.
Escaping a tsunami. You could do the walk up and down on a longboard all the way till the fucking water stops, and you're fucking sweet.
Oh my God, that sounds
And you'll
so
actually
awesome.
easily be and you'll have like the sickest fucking thing. Like, look,
I think you want a
You
shortboard.
won't-
I think you want an extremely shortboard on a tsunami because you
no,
want
there's too much weight and it doesn't
nah,
crash immediately.
because you need to be turning at the right angle. If you're because longboard is good for going straight. You can't go
Yeah, but
through the
tsunamis
wave,
don't.
like, very, very well.
Tsunamis don't crash
controlled.
immediately. Tsunamis go for a while, and the thing is, they're all power. Tsunamis aren't like the
but
whole.
you don't want to
idea-
go straight down. You want to go sideways.
Yeah, the tsunamis though they're not the ones that are known for being like fucking hundreds of meters tall. It's the force behind them that
Yeah,
makes them so
yeah.
devastating.
I suppose, but all the big wave all the big wave riders, like
Use
the guys who've
tiny boards,
ridden
hey?
the biggest waves of all time, they're always shortboards.
Yeah, but
But
that's
it
because
sounds-
they're in
it's a
Portugal,
yeah,
and they're not trying to ride a surfboard past the 7-Eleven 3 kilometers inland.
Oh yeah, and also with that, you'd have to dodge all the fucking obstacles.
Imagine how sick it'd be if you're riding a longboard, the tsunami finally stops, there's dead bodies flowing past, and then just as it stopped, you just hop off without a fucking like hitch, and you say, "Hey girl, how you doing?"
Dude, that's
Oh
the
my
goal.
God, that's
I've done that.
alpha.
I've done it many times where
you've done
When,
that?
when you finish, when you're in your last wave of the day and you ride all the way in and you just step off, grab the board and walk off.
That feels so good.
It's such a good
Yeah.
feeling when you like when the last wave takes you all the way to the shore and then you just pick it up and keep walking.
I cannot wait for you, James, to experience the greatness that
One
is
day,
surfing.
baby, one day.
It's
Surfing,
going
bro.
to turn you into a fucking hippie.
It's good vibes for sure.
I don't know who will.
You'll see, bro. It's
Maybe.
such an amazing feeling.
Maybe. I can't wait for you the first time to go to a rave.
Yeah.
That will turn you into a hippie.
Bro, I literally which one will happen first?
That's a good question. I can't see
Probably
myself going
me
to a
because
rave.
I'm more fucking open to experiences. And
It's
Aaron's
not
a
that
little
I'm not
sheltered
open,
Karen.
It's
No,
not
you
that I'm
definitely
not
not.
open to experiences.
Aaron, you're definitely not open to
yeah,
experience.
definitely not.
You have okay.
Dude,
so
see, I'm not open
You
to
know what you wanna
specific
do and you know what you
experiences.
don't wanna do.
if we be real, there are far more locked doors for you than there are for me.
Okay, go surfing.
But that's
we'll
something
see.
that
We're
but-
going surfing tomorrow, James. Will you come?
No,
The podcast
Yeah.
is
I've got
listening.
Yeah.
work
That's what
tomorrow.
exactly.
Exactly. What do you know?
Will
Work
I go to a
tomorrow.
rave tomorrow? No. Will you go surfing tomorrow? No.
Yeah, but the reality is, will I go surfing in the future? Yeah, sure.
Here's a change of
Will
topic.
you go to
boys.
a rave in the future?
Saying you will and actually doing it is
No,
very
but think about it.
different.
True.
Being open to something is a better response than just being no.
But what's worse, saying you'll do something and not do it, or saying you won't do it and won't do it?
No, but it's about being open to something versus just being closed
You
off
can
to
fake
something.
being open.
I would rather you say you do it and never do it.
Once again, there's drama. Who knows? I'm sorry for this, guys. This really does
Yeah.
live up to the motto, I walk through a forest with dementia,
Yeah.
as you know.
Sometimes you forget where you were. How did I get here?
Sometimes a drunk girl calls you up and you're like, wait, is she coming? No, she's not here. She said she was here, but now we found out she's in the Uber.
What's interesting is we have no idea how many people she is with.
Yeah.
I asked her like how
She
many
said a
people are
group.
coming over, and she was like, "Oh, a number."
Thankfully, we were able to qualify that they were all female. That's
Yes.
like as
Shall
awkward
we-
as it was, we have
Yeah.
to both admit that it was fucking
So-
extremely
Well,
important
we
data.
kind of already knew she was all, all
No, we
female
didn't.
from the
Okay,
snaps.
but
I knew she was out with one.
we didn't
female at
know.
least. But shall we explain how?
Imagine
we
if
found
there's
out?
one and she responds a number.
It is a number.
I know it's a number, but like, fuck me, girl. I'm expecting like the Playboy Mansion rocking up.
Yeah, fair enough.
If there's
Interesting.
1-6, that's not a good vibe.
Like just one other
Yeah.
girl.
Anyway, we were on this call. I handed the phone to Basil so he could talk to her, and he was like, "So what's the demographic looking like?" Like,
And she
that's a
said
fucking
20-year-old
weird
girls.
question.
yeah, she responds, oh, we're all 20 something. And he's like, no, male or female.
No, I didn't say that. I said gender.
He said,
okay, it
your
was-
answer determines whether the door will open or not. He's like a troll under a fucking bridge saying, riddle me once before you
I mean,
cross."
how would you have done it more smooth? I'm trying to think in hindsight. I think maybe expanded a bit. Oh yeah, cool. I thought
you could have said like, people with pussy say yeah. And
I
then
mean-
waited for that, eh.
I know her male mates. I could have probably been like, "Are you with XYZ?"
that's not good enough.
No, but what if she
the
said,
end of the day,
no,
we
I'm not.
needed
That's
the
why I
answer.
want you, Aaron.
Well, this is the thing, boys.
That's why you want me.
Sometimes you've got to ask awkward questions to get essential answers.
Yeah, but did it matter? Like either way,
Yes.
like you're gonna let them in
Yes.
either
No,
way.
no. If they were like, yeah, we got
Really?
3 guys, fucking 2 girls, fuck off.
Really?
I don't believe you would have let him.
Yeah, you would have let them in for the vibes.
I don't think I would have.
Yeah, 100%.
Anyway,
I
it's
don't
looking
wanna-
like an all girls. So
I don't like the idea, like when we're having one of the New Year's at your place, Jamo, when the darker skinned girl brought her boyfriend and they just sort of sat by themselves. I hate that vibe.
I do
If I'm-
not remember that at
If
all.
I'm inviting you to my place, then like by you accepting
Oh,
this
I remember
invitation, you've agreed to mingle.
No, I didn't like him because one of the guy, it wasn't her boyfriend, it was his mate was acting like a bit of a twat.
Yeah.
And I was like, bruv,
Yeah,
I'll
fuck
throw you
that
down
guy.
the flight of stairs. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
You're in my
it's-
house.
Yeah,
man.
it's like, and also like when you go to someone's house, like there's some unspoken rules that you kind of stick to, you know?
That's the funny thing when you think about it. Like, there are certain people that get invited to other people's houses and just have no understanding that
Yeah.
this is someone else's house.
And there's
they're
unspoken
just
rules.
well, but they're thinking like, oh yeah, I'm going to my mate's house. My mate's 18, so they're all going to be 18. And then suddenly the 22-year-old brother's like, bruv, are you fucking retarded?
Yeah.
Because I had to go at this bitch because her boyfriend's mate was being a twat, and I had to go to the boyfriend. I'm like, bruv, if he keeps doing that, I'm going to throw him down the stairs. What are you talking about?
I do not
he's like,
remember
bro,
this
I'm
at
sorry.
all. What the
Yeah.
fuck happened?
What was he even doing?
Jesus.
I can't remember. He's just being a dickhead.
What year
fair
was
enough.
this? Because we had a lot of New Year's Eve parties at yours.
We did. My place. I've had historically good places for fucking New
They
Year's
have
Eve
been
parties.
great.
You
Like
just always
fucking
had that perfect
Taramara.
vibe.
Taramara, oh
You
yeah,
had a good
yeah,
vibe there.
yeah.
Fucking pool table room and stuff. That was a fun night.
Mm.
Fucking then Waverton. Obviously, you get views of the city and stuff.
And we now know 2 places that you have lived.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go back and find me, dogs. I
Yeah.
dare ya. What are we doing for New Year's Eve this year? Should we just plan New Year's Eve?
We're gonna end up going to yours. It's like fucking every
Probably
year.
is.
Boys, I want to do a
Wait,
fucking
were we-
trip.
oh.
I want to do a trip.
Yeah.
I want to do a holiday. I don't want to fucking stay in Sydney.
I don't
Fuck
know if
Sydney.
I'm going to be able to.
Fuck Sydney. We need to find somewhere cheap we can go to that has vibes.
Mm,
That's what we need.
Well,
Cheap
where?
vibes. We'll find something.
yeah, we'll find something.
But that's the point.
But the thing is that it's not the point. The
Australia
point
is very expensive as a whole.
is, and I honestly don't even want to fucking go to like Melbourne or something. Like I don't want to do a holiday that's not worth it.
Yeah,
I don't want to
exactly,
do I don't want to do a
That's
holiday.
what I'm saying. I don't want
I
to
don't want
spend
to go. Yeah, I don't want to.
I don't want to
want
spend a bag for fucking 5 days of like we could have just been in Sydney with
Yes,
similar
yeah.
vibes.
Fuck
Yeah,
that shit.
100%.
Fuck that.
Want
I
a
don't want to do
different
that.
change of scenery.
Something change it up, relaxing.
Oh my god, there's another call. Answer it.
How you going, Tess?
Where are you at?
I'm in the apartment. Are you here?
I will be there in about 2 minutes.
All
We
right.
don't need all these updates.
Well, do you want to text me when you're here and we'll come down and get you and we can bring you up?
Okay,
All right. Easy.
I'll see you soon.
See you soon. She said she's in a group, but fucking
We haven't heard any noise any other
yeah.
time.
yeah, we haven't had anyone else.
Oh my god! Imagine if this is all play. She's fucking alone. Wait, we'll have her on the podcast if she's
okay.
alone. And
Who
then
here? Okay, put your hand down if you're not willing to airtight.
wait, that was like a brain fucking exercise. The audience has no idea what we're
Does that keep it the bottom? I'm so sorry to everyone who had to
Oh,
listen to
that's
this
the way-
bullshit, bro.
Bro, it
Jesus
is what
Christ.
it is,
It's the
brother.
worst podcast of all time.
It is
Yeah,
what it
yeah.
is.
Can we briefly discuss what's
Yeah,
happening?
yeah, sure.
Okay,
sure.
so Aaron's got a mate who's got a girlfriend who seems very into him tonight.
Yeah.
She keeps sending him snaps, asking
wa-
for
I
like
Very
phone
wasn't-
into,
numbers.
very into me, not the mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, into Aaron.
Yeah.
She's now coming over, supposedly with friends. We kind of call Kat.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
there's going to be a Victoria's Supermodel fucking thing coming in. Maybe not. Anyway, what does Aaron have to do in this scenario? Because he doesn't want to fuck him because he's friends with the other guy.
Exactly.
But at the same time, if he doesn't...
It's only fair that you have a go.
I ethically can't do
Give
it.
it a fair
like-
go.
And I'm so surprised. Like we chatted, we bantered. Like when we met a few days ago for reference. And then she texted me out of the blue today. She was like, "I love your tattoo. I'm telling all my friends I want one." She's dropping the XXs in the messages. It's just a very
In Australia, it's not completely normal for you to have excess.
especially
with
for
them.
someone
Yeah.
you've never met. That's
Like in
the
England,
opposite
that's
gender.
like every
Oh,
every
really?
message has an
Okay,
XX.
okay, yeah.
Well,
Well, it's
sometimes,
very
but it just
flirty.
depends on the girl. Because
Depends
in
on the
Australia,
girl.
we have girls like that as well. Who
But
like,
yeah, but England is
does
like
it.
everyone.
But yeah,
Everyone's
you
like
guys have
everyone.
seen the messages.
Fucked.
It's definitely not
Yeah.
standard. She's
Yeah.
also very drunk, and she decided to call me fucking like 7 times.
I don't think
during
she's
this
that drunk.
podcast.
I think
She
she
Hopefully.
is.
Okay, well
She
we've got the
sounds very good.
recordings.
Okay, well
of
we
her
always
being drunk.
always want.
Baz is just hoping there's an airtight
You also
situation.
want to err on the safe side. Like you don't. If you think a girl is possibly too drunk, then just don't even think about it.
Yeah.
I'm
That's a
not
good
thinking
message,
about it.
Aaron,
the
take
safe
it out
side.
of your mind.
Aaron, I'm just trying to say, like, she's got a boyfriend.
Yeah, and I would never
Just
do
stop.
that to him.
Stop taking advantage.
Aaron,
of
she's got a boyfriend. Just because she's drunk, that doesn't mean you can have sex with her.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, just because she's coming over.
No, but boys, what do you think in this scenario? Leave us down in the comments. Do you think in this situation, Aaron
fair
should
enough.
fuck the girl? Should he not fuck the girl? But what should he do with the friend? Because I feel like if this happened with a girl I was seeing and my mates didn't tell me, that would almost be a betrayal in itself.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Well, she might be joining the podcast soon, hopefully.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah,
That'd be
yeah,
pretty cool.
We'll get her on here.
Can you explain how close you are to the guy, to the boyfriend?
So we've known each other a few years. I've been to his house. We hung out twice last week, so we're pretty close. We've he invited
do
me to his
last week?
birthday parties. We had like a party.
Okay.
For his mate, but we've never hung out alone. So we're
Who
not to that
invited you to
extent.
that party?
His mate, who the guys whose birthday it was.
So it wasn't him that invited you to the party.
No, it wasn't him that
Okay.
invited me. But I've been to his birthday
Do I know
party.
this guy?
No, you don't. So it's a different group to.
It's not an Orch group.
Yeah, yeah,
Be real, Aaron.
yeah.
Would you be more likely to airtight a girl with them or us?
Probably them.
Oh, that's
Why?
so disrespectful, bro.
Well, for one, me and him have kissed as a joke. That sounds so
Huh.
fucking gay.
Wait, no, we meant airtight the girl.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, not a friend.
Yeah,
Not
exactly.
him.
Yeah, yeah. But the fact it's already like a sexual activity with a group of guys have already done.
Bad, suck
fucking-
him off so we can do this.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. FYI, for the podcast, I'm not gay by any means. I just
No, you just
He
goes
just-
with the
it's-
flow.
He just kissed three
it's not
guys.
gay. It's not gay if you're practicing for girls. We all know this.
That's true.
That's my cousin saying. That was the funniest thing.
Actually.
Me, my cousin, and a bunch of his mates. Like they had this Destiny, which is a game on like.
We know what Destiny is, all right?
Have you ever played it?
No, but
Then
everyone knows the
suck
game
my
Destiny.
dick. Would you even be able to identify it?
Yeah.
Then suck my dick.
Right, easily.
All right. Once again, a sudden abrupt stop. We've got Tess here. Tess is one of Aaron's mates. Tess, say how you going to everyone.
Hello.
All right, awesome.
Perfect voice for podcast.
Firstly,
Actually, sounds pretty good.
We'll
at
give you
the
the
mic.
context. So you're going out with your mates, and then you go ahead. What was the story? How'd you end up here?
I was out with my mates on a Friday night, as you would, and didn't get let in, so ended up here.
So I think I'm going to guess and read Basil's mind. I think he was about to say, how is it possible for a girl not to get into a club? Is that like a thing that happens? Because I know
How is
as
it
guys,
possible?
you look at the bouncer
Does that
slightly
happen
the wrong
often?
way and they don't like you. You know what I mean?
Does it happen often? I have been not let in several times.
Really?
Jeez. A lot of the things we talk about is kind of what guys can do to have a good first date and like make a first impression. And a lot of the times we get male perspectives and we sometimes get females, but like it doesn't happen too often. So from your perspective, have you noticed a big difference when a guy asks you out to like a nice dinner versus a guy that asks you out just for a picnic? Because in my
Okay.
experience, it tends to be way funner in the picnic.
Almost like, what is the curve of spending money versus having fun on the date?
Look, as a female, it does not matter how much money you spend. It matters more how much attention you pay to that woman.
Time is money.
Okay.
Exactly.
Time is money.
Exactly. So if you were to take her out to a picnic and, at some point in time when you had been talking to her, she'd mentioned, oh, I really like barbecue flavored chips or whatever.
Yeah.
And you brought barbecue flavored chips to
remembered
that
it.
picnic.
Yeah.
Like that's considerably more important than if you'd bought truffle or like something that
So,
was super expensive.
It's your anniversary, right? You've had a lovely year with this person. You've said you liked fucking sour cream and chives. Would you rather get a Pringle sour cream and chives or like a lovely ring or something like that? What is the level where it turns?
Honestly, the sour cream and chives because
Wow.
because I feel like a woman is very particular about rings because you have to get the right size and
That is something people don't tell you.
look if you're a guy and if you're looking to get a ring for someone, first of all, don't bother getting a diamond, get a moldavite
Wait, what's
because
that? Is that fake diamond?
it's not necessarily a fake diamond.
It's fake diamond.
But it's a type of gem that's considerably cheaper, but it's actually shinier.
Ain't no fucking wife of Basil having a fake diamond.
Yeah, I mean-
okay, please explain.
Anyways, moldavite, shinier.
It's not
Actually,
about
it
shine.
reflects more, so it's actually a more of a gem,
Yeah.
and it's considerably cheaper.
Okay, you know what's more shiny than diamond? Aluminium foil. It's not about shine. It's about
Look, you shoot your shot, and you get your girl a fucking aluminium foil ring, and you see how you go.
yeah. So you don't believe in true diamonds? You think that As long as
No,
it
look,
looks like
you can
what it's
get
supposed to
whatever
look
you
like.
want, but like if you want to spoil your girl
Yeah.
and you want to get her a really nice ring, but you cannot afford to get like a 1, 2, 3 carat diamond, get her a Moldavite ring.
Interesting.
Okay.
Boys, listen up.
What are your thoughts on promise rings?
Oh god.
Look, promise rings are really nice, but it cannot have come from the girl. Like
That's
if,
a thing?
like
What,
if the
girl's
girl,
asking for it?
if the girl was like, look, I want you to give me a promise ring or whatever, and then a week later you gave her a promise ring, it doesn't mean as much as if it to, come from the heart.
Just to clarify, a promise ring is when you save yourself for marriage, right?
You save yourself for that person, yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Is it a religious
You're
thing?
not getting picked up at all.
Oh.
I don't think it's religious. It's just like you.
I know the Jonas Brothers did it. I remember that
It's a
fucking
little bit
years
religious.
ago. I
It
swear
definitely
it's a religious
stems.
thing.
It's like pre-marriage. You know what I mean? Like,
Okay.
I mean, in this day and age, isn't it a bit corny? Like, it's kind of like saying you're now locked to me. You've made this promise to me. But like, who knows if you're gonna like as a female? Who knows if you're gonna like this bloke in 2 months' time? Like, you don't want to be stuck, surely.
Look, I think that's a big thing. Like I as someone who I'm personally dating someone and I have been dating them for over 2.5 years. And I will see another male and I'll be like, look, they're attractive.
I think you have to be able to.
Exactly.
Like, you can't.
Is seeing someone as a long-term partner is different from seeing someone as attractive.
I think also whether you say it or not doesn't stop the fact that it's being thought.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like whether you stop yourself from saying it doesn't.
There's a reason why Magic Mike was a fucking popular film with
Yeah,
married
100%.
women, and it wasn't because of the storyline. At the end of the day,
Well, here's actually a hot one. Do you think that guys and girls cheat for different reasons?
Yes.
Well, what are your thoughts? So here's something we were discussing before. A lot of the times people say that if the girl cheats on a guy, it's partially the guy's fault. If a guy cheats on a girl, it's pretty much all his fault. So either way, it comes back to the guy. What are your thoughts? Which, by the way, I was the one who's thought that.
Ask a question. Don't just pose a situation.
As in, do you think that a lot of the times when girls cheat, it's because of the guy's lack of attention or lack of something? Or do you think it's sometimes just the girl just doing what a guy would do and just wants to fuck?
Look, I think when a girl cheats, it shouldn't be any different to when a guy cheats. It's that someone in a relationship just chose that the relationship they had signed themselves to was not enough and they wanted to leave that.
So you think there's no excuses either way?
Look, I think that, I agree. There's no excuses either way. And if you had an issue with the person that you were dating and the person who you had assigned yourself to and the person you had committed to,
Yep.
I think you should at least tell them, look, I'm not satisfied with where we're at and I want to stop this so I can see other people.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
does size matter?
No.
No?
But okay, girls always say that. There's got to be some variance here. If you're walking in with like a powerful 2 inches,
Well, 2
You know
inches,
what I
that's
mean?
massive.
Yeah, let me try to reword it. I know that it's not about the size of the boat, it's about the rocking of the boat.
Fucking
Whatever
flow of the
fuck
ocean, yeah.
Whatever the fucking saying is.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you've had guys who are like, let's just say if we're going to throw numbers, guys who are smaller who are better than guys who are bigger. But on average, is there any difference? Or is it just so random?
You listen to the female who you are courting and you actually know how to please a woman. Does not matter how big you are. You will always do better than someone who's fucking 5, 6, whatever inches.
Yeah, sweet. Okay, well then let's get
I love how you said 5, 6, whatever, as if it was like 10.
Yeah. Well, what I wanted to get into, like off
So
the
that's
back
the thing.
of that,
I don't know the average measurement. Is that all I know is like, have I been
People
pleased or
throw
have I
stuff
not
out
been
there.
pleased?
what I want to say
That's
is
actually a really fair point.
Yeah.
Like, at the end of the day, the stats don't matter. If it's not good, it's not good.
true.
Know
Well,
what I
you
mean?
said it, what matters is knowing how to please a woman.
Yeah.
What would you recommend?
I like your J's.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Nice. Yeah.
What would I recommend? in
What's worked?
pleasing a
What's not
woman?
worked?
Before you go in, just ask.
Like, ask what they're into.
That is really
Ask
good.
what you want. Ask what they want. And like you can go in and be like, do they want it? Do they want it deeper? Do they want it harder?
Before
do they
you've
want
had,
it?
surely not before the first time.
Huh?
Before the first time, you reckon? Like the first time fucking a girl or guy, in your perspective.
What are you asking?
I get what she's saying. What she's saying is it's about open communication. Because the reality is just like every guy will say, if he jerks himself off, it's going to eventually feel better than a girl giving a hand job because he knows himself better. A girl also knows herself better. Different girls react to different things. And so if you can have some kind of communication between each other, you're able to get a better result. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
It's about not being afraid to ask the question, isn't it?
I think that's a great.
Which is
really
like
good-
harder said than done.
That is 100%. I feel like for at least a lot of the guys and boys that I've known, their biggest issue is owning up to them having an issue or owning them up to having something that isn't normal. Like, you know, even for the guys that I've known, if they have to go see a therapist or whatever, them admitting that they need to see someone is the hardest thing.
Yeah. I think that's a massive thing for blokes.
Yeah,
Honest?
fucking facts. Oh,
I'm not going to say anything, but if you're have been dating a woman and you've been dating them for a long period of time, the most manly thing you can do is open up about your feelings to her.
Not open up the jar of jam or something like that. That's pretty
No one
manly.
could care less. Look, everyone.
I don't know.
You
If she wants some peanut butter and she can't open it, you know what I mean?
And that's on her, man. She's fucking weak as shit. Look, honestly, women can do whatever the fuck they want these days. The most impressive thing a man can ever do is open up about their feelings.
Damn.
What if you're kind of disappointed by how he feels? What if he opens up and says, you know what, this is kind of not working for me?
What if you're disappointed about how they feel?
Yeah. Or what if they...
I'm curious about this because girls always ask, like, it's a typical trope in like romantic comedies or whatever, that the guy's the stone heart who doesn't open up and the girl's like, just open up to me, right? Has there ever been a time when a guy's open up to you and you've been like, I'm less attracted to you now? Because it's like too real, maybe, you know what I mean?
Because there is, if a guy opens up to you, there is almost no circumstances in which they're going to open up to you and being like, I feel nothing. It's either going to be like, I feel sad, I feel happy, I feel neutral. You have to have felt something.
Yeah.
And that's all that a woman wants, is just want to know that their person they're with feels something. Because like, I cannot speak for all women. I cannot speak on behalf of everyone my age. But at least in my experience, I know that being with someone who has in one way or another expressed the fact that they have felt something similar to what I have felt makes me infinitely more comfortable.
That's really interesting. So for context, this is something that I suffer with, opening up to girls. My question is, when is too soon to open up? Because when you open up, like when you first get to know someone, it can be a bit too sudden.
You don't want to open up on day one.
Exactly. So when is the appropriate time to actually open up before you make her run? Because traditionally, when you're tuning a girl or something, you're trying to attract her, it involves like I don't want to say treat him mean, keep him keen, but it's like the whole not opening up at the very beginning. So it's like, when do you actually open up?
Also, if a homeless guy walks up to you and says like, I do crack and I'm depressed, that's not going to be the thing that like turns you on to dating the homeless guy to begin with. There needs to be traits that you like beforehand. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, look, I understand that. I have seen, like, I mean, I have a TikTok feed, and half of my TikTok feed is like, you know, people with certain like ADHD and other mental disorders.
Is the other half your fucking
like
podcast?
oversharing, and like as soon as they instantly meet someone, they will overshare anything.
Wait,
about
do you
their
think
life.
people with ADHD tend to overshare?
I'm not going to generalize people with ADHD. I have ADHD and I tend to overshare.
I have
That's all do you,
ADD and I don't overshare.
Well, I think ADHD from guys and girls are like almost completely different.
Oh, they are 100%.
Oh, okay, well that makes sense. Yeah.
My brother is older. He's 3.5 years older than me. He's born in July 1997.
People are going to fucking dox him. What's his social security number?
Yeah.
That's not a thing in
That's
Australia.
America, but nice try.
Okay.
You got wrecked, Aaron.
That was so condescending.
You just got cocked, bro.
You guys should have seen that. She was like, nice try. And she patted me on the fucking wrist like I'm a dog.
Okay, here's
Gonna cry
some
myself.
relevant questions we've gotten before.
Okay.
How does a guy best get out of the friend zone?
Or is it even possible?
It's definitely possible. We've all seen that.
Look, I think if you see your relationship with a woman as you're stuck in the friend zone, you're never gonna get out of it.
See, that's the thing.
You need to see your relationship with a woman as you just have a relationship with a woman.
See, like
she's a person. She's not a woman. She's not like someone you're trying to tune. She's not someone you're trying to get into bed with. She's a person.
Yep.
And the best way, if that's where you want to end up with her, the best way you can is just try to be her friend. Try to be someone she feels comfortable around or whatever. Like there's no, you have to get out of the friend zone, because if your aim is to try and get out of the friend zone, first of all, you're well past the misogynistic zone and she's definitely not interested in you. Full stop. And if she is interested in you, she needs to take a moment to have a conversation with me, because she's...
Would you say, though, there are differences? Like, you'll have friends that you also... Like, they're your friends, but you also find them attractive. And then there are friends who you just straight up see them as, like, a brother. You know what I mean?
Wait, can you repeat that?
Like, so there'll be friends who are still friends with you, and maybe they're not flirting with you or hitting on you, but they're a little bit friendly, and you'll see them in a different way than like the one that you'll see as, oh, he's like my brother. And I'll talk to him about getting with boys and stuff like that.
Yep.
Because there are certain guys.
That does exist.
Yep.
And do you think that there's any way someone who's in that brother category can get into the other category?
Look, personally, I think someone who's in that category has no intention of getting out of that
A lot of them do.
See, look, you say that. You say that, right? And you want to get out of that category, and you have the best intentions to. It means you're not in that category. To the woman, you're someone, like, they know you're trying to court them.
That is true.
Yeah,
it's never subtle. You know what I mean? Like, girls can quickly figure out who's trying to pull them and who's not.
Look, the best thing as a guy, like the best thing I think you can do is just to try and be yourself.
Yeah, I agree with that. Because if you're changing yourself...
Look, your identity is not tied to your relationship with another person.
That's so true.
And one of the books that I've been reading recently has been like one of the main... tropes of it is that if you took, it's basically this guy who's a plastic surgeon. He's like 50 or something years old, and one of the main parts of that book is that, like, if you took away his profession, which he's a plastic surgeon, so you took away all of that, you took away his money, he wouldn't have anything except himself, right? Because his life is being a plastic surgeon. His life is having that money from being a plastic surgeon, and his whole existential crisis is like, what would I be if I didn't have my profession? I didn't have that money. Yeah. And so I think, like, guys need to picture that the same thing. It's just, like, yes, courting a woman, great. Like, you can go back to your friends and being like, yeah, I fucked this girl. Like, amazing. But in the end, if you took all of that away from you, what are you? And that's what women care about. That's what, like, if you were to talk to a woman and talk to a female and you were to ask them, look, if they took everything away from you that you had in that one moment, like, what would you have left? Sheesh. You want to be able to have something.
I don't entirely disagree, but I'm going to play devil's advocate because it's better on podcasts as well. But also I'm really keen to hear your thoughts. That saying of just be yourself is extremely depressing to a 15-year-old, because what are you when you're 15? Like, you're finding yourself. You've achieved nothing in life.
Oh, no, I get you.
So you don't want to be yourself. You want to be better. You want to be much better. And the aim to be better because I'll get girls is such a great motivator.
But see, the thing
even
is,
if you know it's not true.
The idea about being yourself, that doesn't mean every trait needs to stay the same. But it means, like, if you're into painting, you don't have to stop painting just because you think girls don't.
Of course not. If anything, keep it up.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, stay true to who you think you're... Like, because if you're unconfident, that's not like something you're probably going to identify with. Like, it might be something you experience.
Sorry, go on.
Well, so I'm just saying, like, there are certain traits you might not fully identify with and you can think you can change. For instance, like, a fucking 15-year-old boy might say, I want to fucking get more muscles or whatever, right? But it's not like he's changing. He's not staying true to himself because he needs to identify with being a fucking flabby 15-year-old. You know what I'm saying? Like, There are
Yeah,
certain
yeah.
core beliefs and traits and interests you have that you don't need to change to try and get girls. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And okay, I'll put it in a question this way.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the times girls will say be yourself, but then a lot of girls that I know, especially if they get married and then they then get divorced, a lot of the times it's because of a lack of ambition, which is a direct opposite to be yourself. It's you want to be better. You want to be the next person.
The male has lack of ambition.
Yeah, well, I mean, how do you balance being yourself and which is one attractiveness, and then wanting to be not yourself, be much better than who you are at the moment?
I think you're misunderstanding the connection between having an ambition and being.
Do you mean like
yourself.
don't be fake? Like don't try to do someone else.
Look for someone like I'm gonna give an example for myself.
Mm-hmm.
5 or so months ago, I had 0 hobbies, absolutely 0. I had my degree and I had my friends, and that was it. Like if you took that away from me, I wasn't someone.
Yeah.
Like I didn't have anything
Sure.
associated.
What degree
with that.
was it, by the way?
I do actuarial studies.
Very, very impressive
Jeez.
degree, by the way.
Thank you.
What's 3 times 5?
Huh?
12.
Dude, don't do mental maths on me, man.
Don't worry. I'm curious on your perspective. I think it's called. What is your thoughts on the pink tax, which is meant to be like the thing that people say? Because I think I've heard Aaron and Baz's perspective, but it's like the tax on women that like society expects them to wear makeup and like have expensive shoes and shit like that. Like, what is your thoughts on that and how it like works in society?
I have many thoughts. Where do you want me to start?
Here we go.
Start wherever you want to start.
Well,
It's up to you, Tess. Set the scene for us.
Look, I think that as an entire country, women are disadvantaged in almost every single way.
What about OnlyFans?
Huh?
What about OnlyFans?
I think
Because
that
I couldn't do that
why?
because there's no market.
They're just like,
Do you know that for certain?
You know what? I haven't gone around.
Guy. I would subscribe.
I haven't gone around asking, but I'm just assuming. You're right. You know.
You're assuming that there
Maybe.
aren't women out there who aren't interested in someone with your body type, right?
Maybe. Yeah.
Exactly. So you're making an assumption.
You're right. No, I am. Okay. Yeah,
okay,
continue.
that
Yeah,
being said,
sure.
I don't think anyone's here doing scientific literature. I don't think anyone's coming up with any stats or anything.
I'm curious. Do you think there are any professions where it should be? Because obviously, right now, like if you do anything in the public eye, whether it's OnlyFans or whatever, both male or female, a lot of times jobs might look at you as a liability because, like, if you're getting too much attention, you're drawing potentially negative attention to your work. Do you think there are any jobs that shouldn't be allowed to have OnlyFans, or like? For instance, should a high school teacher, is that completely fine because what happens outside of work stays outside of work?
Look.
Obviously, I'm putting you on the spot,
there's
so there's no right
There's
answer.
no single answer to that
Sure.
type of question.
Yeah.
Because, like, for example, if I was a high school teacher and I was plastering my face all over my OnlyFans, that's very different from someone who's, plastering their neck down.
Yeah, Leo Lulu.
Like, no one can really recognize you from your neck down unless they personally know you and
Sure.
personally have that sort of intimate relationship with you and can recognize those types of things. So I think that, that I have some friends who I used to work with at a popular retail store who now have OnlyFans, and now their predominant income is through OnlyFans.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, let's be honest. If guys could do it, they would do it.
Yeah,
for
of
sure.
course.
Let's be fucking honest.
I have
Guys
mad
can
respect
do
to
it.
it.
Well, yeah, I know they definitely can, but I think when you think
Wait,
about
but what?
The market.
What?
but when you think
At the end of the
about-
day, there
yeah,
is
when you
there
think about
has
the
to be market demand in order for there to be.
Like,
we're not
yeah.
even
So-
looking down upon the women.
but
They're
what-
like
but
they're
what
already
do you-
killing it.
But what do you know about the market demand?
Nothing.
Well, the fact that female porn stars get paid considerably more than male porn stars because there's more of a market to watch female than male.
Right, that's a global thing. What about in your direct immediate market? Do you think there?
But OnlyFans is a global thing. It's internet,
True.
e-commerce. We're around the world.
Do you think there are Australian women who are interested in seeing male Australian bodies?
Maybe, yeah, sure.
You wouldn't even ask that question about men. It'd be
of
so
course,
obvious.
yeah.
Huh?
It would be so obvious if men are willing to pay for what to see a woman, but there is a question when you ask, are women willing to pay to see what a man
Why?
would look like? Did you want to say anything else about the pink tax, or do you mind if I change the topic a little bit?
As
The
long
stage is
as
yours.
your male
Educate our
listeners-
young.
as long as your male listeners understand that every single woman, like if they raise the topic of being like, essentially you should never say to a woman, but you have this issue, right? Because there are about 100 rebuttals that they could say to that, and in the sense that women have equivalent, if not more, issues that face them.
What are some of the
compared to
things
mum.
that guys tend to overlook?
Because that's a good point, because we do have a lot of younger listeners who maybe haven't thought about this
no
before.
idea.
So hearing straight from a woman would be a good topic.
One of the biggest issues is being open to
Sorry, continue.
Open to what?
one of the recent things with the Knox boy who had his thing. He's like he
punched a woman.
He king punched someone and he got off it. He got off that assault. It's not uncommon for men to get off of shit just because there's potential for him to not have.
Do you think, just like, I guess this is kind of a counter argument, but I'm proceeding with caution. Feel free to cut me off at any point. Do you think that might potentially be because of class as opposed because of man? Because he was going to a school that's $40,000 a year in tuition.
100%.
Because I don't think like the average let's say poorer person who's doing that is also getting off.
No, I 100% agree. I personally went to a private girls' school, and I'm 100% aware of the privilege that allows me. But at the same time, that the privilege that it allowed me to have that experience has also allowed me to have the understanding of being a woman who's educated.
Yeah.
So
just to go back on what we were talking about before, you said there's some things that guys don't think about that girls have to do on a daily basis or occasionally. What are some of those things that they should just be aware of? Not even just to be like apologetic for at all, but to at least, if a girl's going to prepare for him and put an effort, you should at least thank them, or at least bring it up, mention it.
Birth controls as well. That there's severe inequality with birth controls.
Yeah.
Like there's so many male alternatives to birth control, but women are.
Is there so many, or is there one?
No,
That ruins it for both parties.
The science has not supported people researching male alternatives.
Because
there are
already
male
discovered.
alternatives.
Yeah.
One of there's been a whole lot of research. Like, I'm sure you could Google it right now. There's this current technology where you can buy this sort of it's sort of weird, but it's like this tub, right? That men, before they have sex, can dip their balls in, basically, sterilizes their sperm so they can raw hit a girl for all they fucking want for the next 30, 20, whatever minutes.
Yeah.
Right? And then they'll go back to normal.
Honest question.
Yep.
How would you feel if your boyfriend or like a one night stand said, "Hey, just squat into this tub. It's got an experimental drug in here. Could leave you permanently sterile."
No. Let's not even ask that. How tunnel would you be if your boy was like, "Oh, by the way, don't worry, this isn't yogurt," and then just dipped his balls in something?
Honestly,
but I'm not sterile.
If someone who I was willing to do that with had the respect for me, to acknowledge the risk of potentially, having bringing a child into this world and all of those other risks that come with having a child and having sex with someone, then I would have infinitely more respect and probably be infinitely more attracted to them.
I get what you're saying, and again, feel free to stop because I don't want to be a dick. But what I'm thinking is, in terms of the pregnancy, obviously there's both implications for men and women.
Yep.
But the main implication when it comes to a physical impact, right, is towards the woman because she has to actually bear the child.
Yep.
So, wouldn't a woman feel safe? Obviously, there's side effects and stuff like that, and I understand that. But wouldn't you feel safer if you're taking it into your own hands rather than trusting a guy? In the same way that, I think, what's the term, stealthing or something, where a guy takes off the condom halfway through.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, again, I've got a male brain, but maybe I'm thinking if I was a female, I would rather trust myself to do it than assuming that this guy's done the right thing.
Yeah, this fucking random guy.
Look,
do you know what I'm saying?
There is that. I understand where you're coming from. So it's the same as, if you were to go to the dentist, right?
It's like
and they stick shit, all of the stuff in your mouth, and they make decisions. Even if you were to go in to have a surgery for a colonoscopy, an endoscopy, or anything like that, where you're not fully asleep, but they're making the decisions. They're
Yeah, you leave it to the expert.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you're putting your trust in someone else. Yeah. So I understand that, and I counter that with the fact that I was recently doing a research project for one of my subjects, right? And it was on how the superannuation industry in Australia disadvantages women, and how essentially that the way
superannuation is like pension here in Australia, by the way.
Yeah. So essentially how that if you're a woman who grows old and you choose not to marry a man, how you're disadvantaged. And
how does it work, by the way?
Can we put a pin in that? Say your point after this, but can we come back to that? Because I'm actually curious about how that happens. But keep going.
Yeah, but essentially I was researching because part of my mark for this subject is to propose a question for my peers to answer.
Sure.
And when I was researching it, one of the websites that I came across was basically like how women are disadvantaged, and their solution to that was, this is what you as a woman can do to better your financial situation. So it wasn't like, this is what we're doing as a company to make you feel more financially secure. It was them giving advice to women specifically, saying, you're in a shit situation. This is what you can do to make yourselves better. So it wasn't to me, that shocked me a lot, because it was like, it's not equal in that, if a man was to come to this website, they wouldn't be like, we're in a disadvantaged situation. It would be like a woman looking online to be like, how can I better my financial security when I'm older, just because I'm choosing not to marry a man?
I think you can tell that article was written by a man.
100%.
I think you can instantly, because this is the thing, from a guy's perspective, if you're reading an article about the one thing you care about is what can I do to get myself out of the situation. But when it's a systematic problem, people, especially guys, they don't even think maybe this is the system's fault. So I think I don't know if you want to change the topic at all, but I'm kind of keen to hear what the problem is.
No, that's what I was about to say. Yeah. What was the systematic issue you came across?
So one of the biggest issues is that women's working life is very different to a male's working life. For example, women take maternity leave. Yep. They take paid or non-paid time off to take care of a child. Even if that time is paid, and there's also the possibility that the fact that they took a year or 2 years off from their career, that they are then 1 to 2 years behind their male counterparts in their respective careers. So like someone, who graduated from university at the same time as them, they took a year off to have a child. They came back to their career. Their male counterpart is then a year's worth of experience ahead of them. So then they can potentially get paid a year's worth more salary and, get accepted and progress into further, more advanced and higher pay roles. So from then on. So there's that as well. And there's the fact that a woman's working life, approximately, I think it's like 65% of a woman's working life is actually paid. So compared to, I don't know the men's stat, and I don't want to compare that, but I know for a fact that it is less than what a men's is, because not what a men's is, for what a man's is. And
see, Tess, punctuation is very important to us. So I'd prefer if you got that right next time.
Sorry. And essentially where I was trying to get at was that you have to put yourself, you cannot get anywhere except unless you put yourself in the mind of someone who's had those rights taken away from you. For me, I can't, if I were to walk home right now, I can't wear a short skirt and a short top without someone catcalling me on my way home, without someone, whistling at me, or without being worried that someone's going to try and not let me get home and safe to my bed. I all the time, if I carry my keys between my fingers in the way that I can, try and stab someone if they were to try and come here. And you laugh, but that's just self-defense.
No, I'm empathizing laugh. I'm laughing at how silly it is that it has to happen.
That's that's just natural behavior. And as a woman, I got taught that in about year 9 or year 10 of school.
Who does teach you that in school? I'm curious.
Yeah.
We get
'cause we don't hear any of that.
Yeah, we get external people who come into the school to teach us that.
That's Mike.
Yeah, mostly just talk to the women. And I think that, like, you know, as a 15, 16, 17-year-old guy, like, you're not exposed to the situations where, you know, like, to what women are taught, right? Like, women are taught, like, how to avoid getting pregnant, how to avoid, you know, being in situations where they could be raped, how to avoid those types of situations. But there is not nearly the same equality of men being taught how to not make women feel like they're in that situation.
I get what you're saying, but I think most parents like instill upon like a kid, like, don't do shit with women when they're drunk. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want to fucking take that risk. You don't want to make it, because it's not just taking a risk of your life. You're also taking a risk of fucking up someone else's life, you know? And like, obviously you've got bad parents out there, but like, I know what you're saying. I think part of my head comes down to, like, if I had a daughter, I want her to know these things. It's great if blokes just never do it.
Do you think it's better if they don't know it though?
But well, it's kind of like you want to not get robbed if you're walking around Blacktown counting $100 bills, but you also want to teach people just don't do it there, just in case. And because there's always a percentage of fucking crazy people.
And either way, it's 100% the thief's fault.
Yeah, of course. There's no impetus on the fucking.
Yeah,
but it's like
there's no question.
You want to, like, me and Bas have spoken about before, like how so many people think the stats of like girls getting fucking grabbed in clubs are like, you know, like 1 in 5 girls, and it's like, no, it's probably more.
Probably every girl.
It's because the reality is, but we've spoke about it. It's
definitely more than 90%.
Yeah. But the thing is,
there are, if you were to talk to a woman,
yeah, of course,
anyone our age, there is about 1 in 10 who wouldn't have experienced some sort of form of sexual assault.
But the wild thing is, it's not like every guy's doing it, and that's the issue that like most guys don't realize, because they go on like, not every guy.
It's not all men.
It's the one nutcase that's fucking touching 40 women in a night,
ruining it for all of us.
Yeah. So you're essentially, look, I understand where you're coming from. You're arguing, which is it's a very common point, is that it's not all men. It's not all men that are like that.
Like,
we just
You're here defending it, but that's what you're saying. You're right now. You're saying that there's a couple people who are ruining it for us. If you rewind like 10, 20 seconds ago, what you said is there's a couple guys ruining it for all of us.
No. But what we said right before, just wait, Bas. What we said right before is that you want to be able to have a world where you can count your money in public wherever you are, and there's no risk of being in trouble, like no risk of being in trouble in fucking prison, right? Or getting robbed. But that's not the world we live on, and so we need to have certain things. So if you're someone, not just a woman, if you're maybe a small stature bloke and you're scared of getting jumped by 3 guys, you probably want to be smart about where you're going in. Not because it's your fault if something happens to you, more because you don't want it to happen to you in the first place, do you? Like, I'm just going to take a stab. You probably wouldn't walk through a fucking, through Afghanistan right now because there's a good chance something bad will happen. It's like risk mitigation. And like, if you're more prone to something.
My whole degree is managing risk.
Yeah. But exactly, you know what I mean? Like, it's not the corny response saying, not all guys do it, most guys are fine. It's like, there's definitely a lot of fucking guys who maybe they think that, oh, well, I haven't touched a girl, but he's made a girl fucking feel mad pressure to have sex with her.
I understand
you know
what you're saying, right? If you were to, like, let me put this to you, right? There, of all women who've experienced sexual assault, most of them experience sexual assault from someone that they know. Someone who they know. Exactly. Sure. So, for example, if you were to frequent Bondi Beach, frequent Freshwater Beach, whatever, one day you turned up and there was a sign that was like, look, there's a chance that there's these like fatal jellyfish. They could kill you, but we're not guaranteeing it. Like there's like a you know a 1 in 3 chance that you'll come across a jellyfish that could kill you if you swim.
I ain't fucking swimming.
Exactly.
I ain't fucking
33% chance. What are you talking about, bro?
Exactly. Right. That's what women feel. So if we were out having drinks with our friends, there is 100%. If you were to talk to your female friends, I am never, when I'm with my friends, I'm never allowed to get myself home. I have to have one of my friends see me into an Uber. Yeah. I have to, like, something equivalent to that. Yeah. I'm not just like, oh yeah, you know, buy Tess, like you can get yourself home and I'll walk myself home.
That's such a wild, especially with me and Baz, because we're both like walkers and at night, like kind of people like that. Like we'd easily take a walk at like 1 a.m. and it's not like a worry. It's such a crazy like shift in perspective. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I will not sleep if I know that one of my friends chose to walk themselves home without someone.
Really?
I will stay up until they've messaged me saying that they're safe at home.
So what is your? I reckon let's
There's a
let's
couple of
end this.
questions I wanted to ask.
No. Is it lighthearted shit or is it?
It's lighthearted. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Let's move on.
I'm gonna
Before
completely change
we
that.
go lighthearted
Yep.
and switch it over, what is your message to blokes on how to be like a bit more nice and like not be cunts essentially? You know what I mean? Fucking up shit.
Firstly, do you think that guys need to be more empathetic and nice?
100%.
Yeah. Okay. So
My
how so?
one thing that my dad used to always say is that to assume is to make an ass out of you and me.
I don't think he invented it, but it's a good saying.
Oh yeah, definitely didn't invent it. He's not the brightest. I'm easily the brightest in my family, but you
Easily?
know whatever. I'm not flexing or anything.
Sounded like you were flexing.
It's not flexing
Sounded
or
like you were
anything.
flexing.
Oh no, I'm very sure that I'm the smartest in my family. But anyways,
100%.
irrelevant. My point is that you cannot equate your experiences to what a woman's experienced. Like, you know,
Yeah.
you can see as many TikToks as you want as to, you know, someone strapping their electromagnetics to their stomach and, you know, experiencing what the pain of childbirth is or whatever. But it's not the same for every woman. Like, you know, TMI, but for me, I rarely ever get period cramps. But when I do, they're debilitating. Like, I can't focus. And I've had one of my friends who had to sit an exam and she was like, oh, you know, I had these really bad period cramps. And then about a week later, she had found out her appendix actually burst.
Oh,
Jeez.
whoa! And she just thought it was period pain.
Yep.
Jesus fucking Christ! Okay, so if you could tell something to all 15-year-old boys, what and just obviously you don't want it to be too crazy that they're too scared to talk to girls, but what would you tell them that's just sort of like, think about us? Like, all right, it's not easy on this side.
Part of me wants to say that as a 15-year-old boy, you're not alone in your experiences, because I certainly know some young boys who have been through a lot of mental issues and have found struggle expressing that to other people and have been like, oh, you know, I need to be a strong man. I need to not have mental issues and I need to be that strong person and I can't be that person who's struggling. And I found that equally hard to process. Equally hard to process as, you know, learning that a female my age is also having issue expressing to their elders and expressing to those adults around them that they're having struggles. So in general, blanket to anyone who's 15, 16, whatever your target market is,
Whatever age. Fuck it.
you're not alone. There are people out there, no matter what you think, even if you think you're the only person who has whatever kink you think you have, like you're the only person who, you know, has a crush on that certain person of someone who's 25 years older than you. You're the only person who is turned on by a certain genre of books, like whatever.
Hentai.
You're not the only person. It has existed before you and you're not alone, and you should in no way devalue yourself for having interests in that way.
Bring it back to sexual, because fucking, let's be honest,
Yeah.
let's take advantage of what we have.
What is your funniest sexual experience you've had?
Like, you have to narrow it down.
Okay, I'll narrow it down. What have you said no to?
That's not the same question.
I've had
You
someone
don't have to say anything you don't want to, so don't worry.
I've had someone who was avid on me taking my socks off. Like, he was like, you need to take your socks off.
Jeez.
And I was like,
Wait.
why the fuck? Like, I had no issue with taking my socks off, but I was like, why is it such a necessity?
Was he into feet or was it a hygiene thing?
No, I had no idea. Like,
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
How much do looks matter to girls?
nothing.
It can't be nothing.
It can't be nothing.
There's a reason why girls love
Look.
Harry Styles or fucking Ryan
yeah.
Gosling. Like, it matters somewhat. You know
Look,
what I mean?
You have to, like, if you really knew girls, like, you would know who they have affections over and stuff like that. Like, you know, looks matter, but the thing is, if no matter what you look like, if you start a conversation that a female is genuinely interested in, then they would not care.
So let's
What's
say 3 traits aside from looks and like height and shit like that. What are the 3 traits that obviously you can't speak for all women, but you look for in a bloke?
Look, you have to be funny. You have to respect women, and you have to have the capacity to listen. When I say that, I mean that if a guy were to start a conversation with me, right, and I were to talk about something certain, and they'd be like, "Oh yeah, I know all about this topic" or whatever, but then they were just to mansplain it, whatever, to me, instantly lose interest.
Anyway, thanks so much, guys. I think it's still recording. Yeah, fuck it. Cheers for listening in with the fucking bonus extra hour with Tess. Thank you very much, Tess.
Did you have any final remarks before you head off?
Respect women.
Hell yeah.
That was so I thought you were going to say like go girl power or something like that. There you
I think
go.
it's like Go Power Rangers.
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks, guys. Hit us up on the TikTok, the Instagram. Give us a 5-star review on Google and Apple Podcasts. Make sure you check out the YouTube video. We'll be uploading shit real soon. And yeah, see you next week.